Hey there, everyone. I am Thakard. This is Survival Fountain of Youth. Welcome back. So, this is part 2 of my ultimate shipbuilding guide for Survival Fountain of Youth. Last time we covered the raft, the canoe, the catamaran, and the Spanish schooner. And today we are covering the two story-oriented pieces, which is the Stormbreaker and the Ark. So, since these are going to take a little bit of story information with them, spoilers are coming up. You guys, all right, I said it here. Spoilers, don't complain to me in the comments later on. I warned you, all right? So, let's get to the Stormbreaker and the Ark. First up is the Stormbreaker. Now, the Stormbreaker has 4 different variants, unlike the normal 3. The basic Stormbreaker, the improved, the solid, and the great. Now, this one also has some story bits that we're going to have to cover, but first, I'm just going to talk about all the physical materials you're going to need to build this, and then after that, we will talk about story aspects. So the Stormbreaker is the legendary native vessel designed by the Great Four to be able to make it through the Bimini Belt and get to the Fountain of Youth. Now, it has a speed of 20 miles per hour and has a base durability of 8,000. That means that it's slower and has less durability than the Spanish schooner, but it has a couple extra tricks, including the fact that it can actually get through the Bimini Belt. The Stormbreaker's amenities are a little bit Spartan. You have a place to sleep, you have a barrel that you can store some rainwater in, and then you have a place to store some items. It's kind of cool that it's built into the ship, but there's not much here. So, the supplies that you're going to need to build the Stormbreaker itself, you need 3 split logs, you need 3 dried hides, 1 hollow log, 3 ropes made of skin, 3 feathers, 2 boar tusks, 2 jackal fangs, and 1 tortoise shell. Moving on to the improved Stormbreaker, we're going to see increases in both speed and durability. Our speed is now 22 miles per hour, and our durability is increased to 10,000. Amenities-wise, we gain a clay rainwater collector, a log storage, and then also a second storage bay as well. The cost of these additional amenities is going to be 3 long sticks, 3 small sticks, 1 fired clay pot, 2 fresh Tego hides, 2 jaguar tendons, 2 buffalo horns, 1 dried snake tail, and 1 spider carcass. Now, just like in the first video, I will put up the cumulative total of things that you need. But unlike the first video, I'm not going to read it because this is going to get big by the time we get to the 4th variant of this ship. Here we have the solid Stormbreaker. Now, the tooltip for this one says it has an increase in durability to 12,000. That's fine. It doesn't say that it has an increase in speed, but every single other Stormbreaker gets an increase of speed of 2 miles per hour. So I think this one probably has a speed of 24 miles per hour. In addition, for amenities, you get a hearth on which to cook, as well as a smelter. To upgrade to the solid Stormbreaker, you are going to need 3 clay bricks, an additional fired clay pot, 3 more long sticks, 2 goat hides, 2 puma tendons, 1 fresh ray skin, and 1 bat. And here is what you need altogether thus far. Lastly, we have the Great Stormbreaker variant. This has an increase of speed up to 26 miles per hour, as well as a durability increase to 15,000 units. As for amenities, we get an advanced chemistry workbench. We also gain an additional log storage container that gives us 2 in total, and an additional overall storage container for a total of 3. To build this, the final version of the Stormbreaker, you will need 3 more long sticks, 3 more small sticks, 1 dried frog, 2 pieces of caiman leather, 1 buckhorn, and lastly, 1 black widow carcass. And just so someone doesn't call me lazy, here is the actual grand total for a great Stormbreaker, everything included. 6 small sticks, 9 long sticks, 3 split logs, 1 hollow log, 3 dried hides, 2 fresh tegu hides, 1 fresh rayskin, 2 goat hides, 2 pieces of caiman leather, 3 ropes made of skin, 3 clay bricks, 2 fired clay pots, 3 feathers, 2 boar tusks, 2 jackal fangs, 2 jaguar tendons, 2 buffalo horns, 2 puma tendons, 1 buckhorn, 1 tortoise shell, 1 dried snake tail, 1 dried frog, 1 bat, 1 spider carcass, and lastly, 1 black widow carcass. It's a big shopping list, but it's worth it. Now we're going on to how to unlock the building of the Stormbreaker. The first thing you're going to need to know is that you can't do this until you reach the Snake region. Once you arrive in the region, you're going to have to go to the Crocodile Island. And when you get there, you are going to have to find Amovis. He is the last surviving Bimini and one of the original Great Four that built the Stormbreaker to get to the Bimini Island. After locating Amovis, you will have to learn to communicate with him. Neither of you speaks the language of the other. To solve this dilemma, you will have to find several plates that were created with the script of the Bimini people. After you have these, you will be able to communicate with Amovis. Retrieving these will be difficult because they sit high above you in an alcove in the labyrinth itself, and there's no way to climb up to them. However, there is a puzzle nearby, and it has 3 different keys on it. Once you locate these 3 keys, you will be able to use a device to help you get across. Not going to say what it is, it's a story thing, you'll like it. All 3 of these key pieces are located in different areas of the labyrinth. I'm putting them up on the map right now, that way you can see exactly where they are at. And now I will give you a couple images of where they are out in the world, so you should be able to find them a little bit easier. Once you have gathered the keys, bring them back to the puzzle, insert them, press the button, and you will have your solution to be able to get to those plates. Retrieve the plates and then return them to Amovis. When you return to Amovis with the ability to communicate with him, he will give you a task. He wants to teach you how to make a special type of potion. And for this, you are going to have frogs. The search for these frogs will take us from the Crocodile Island over to the Sulphur Island. Now, to find these frogs, you are going to have to go into the swamp. But not just at any point of day, they will only appear at night. Once you have killed and gathered some of these frogs, return to Amovis and he will teach you how to make a special potion. As Amovis's last task for you to prove your worthiness of the Stormbreaker, he asks you to find the 20 map pieces that the Bimini had created and then distributed amongst the islands and return them to him. If you need to figure out where these map pieces are located, please take a look at one of my videos that covered this exact subject. Once you have gathered the map pieces of the bird, buffalo, puma, and snake regions, you can bring them all back to Amovis. When he receives them, he will grant you the knowledge of the Stormbreaker. Now that you have the knowledge of the Stormbreaker, all you need to do is make it. This will allow you the ability to breach the Bimini Belt and get to the Bimini Island itself. If this video has helped you to breach that Bimini Belt, please go down below and breach that subscribe button. Now we're moving on to the Ark. The Ark is a legendary ship designed by none other than Leonardo da Vinci. This vessel has a speed of 30 miles per hour. It has a durability of 30,000. It comes equipped with containers, a special room for machinery, some log storage, and a hoist. Now, unlike other vessels where you create a vessel and you can use it and then you can upgrade it, this one has different stages of repairing the vessel. The first stage of repair is going to cost you 2 iron ingots and 3 wooden planks. It's also going to take about 8 hours. The second phase of repair will take 2 more wooden planks and 3 ropes made of skin, and also an additional 8 hours. The final repair phase is going to require 4 pieces of linen fabric and again take you 8 hours to complete. The total amount of material you'll need for all these repairs is 2 iron ingots, 5 wooden planks, 3 ropes made of skin, and 4 pieces of linen fabric. Once you have completed repairs, you now have full access to the Ark and all of its wonderful storage and building areas. However, the Ark is not complete, because to get through the Bimini Belt, not only will you need the Ark, but you are going to need a special cannon to get through the belt. And that's what we're going to talk about now. To fashion ourselves our own cannon, we are going to have to go to the Galleon wreck site in the Snake region. Once there, we are going to have to locate 5 different pieces of a broken cannon to bring aboard our ship and then to make into our working cannon. These pieces are the cannon carriage, the execution part of the cannon parts, the muzzle of the cannon, and then lastly, an ammo chest. This will contain gunpowder and cannonballs. You can find the cannon carriage as well as the ammo chest just off the bow on the port side. If you go amidships on the starboard side, you'll find both the cannon parts as well as the muzzle of the cannon. And lastly, if you go to the stern of the ship, you will find the execution part of the cannon. To retrieve these parts, you will have to take the Ark and move it into a position nearby. After that, go to the stern of the ship and find the hoist. There you can grab onto the hook of the hoist. Swim down to the object that you want to bring up and hook the hook to the object. Then return to the ship and use the crank to hoist up that piece of the cannon. Once you do have all pieces of the cannon on board, you can then go to the front of your ship, up under the prow there, and you will find the cannon itself. Put all the pieces together, and you will have an operable cannon. Now, not only do you have a large vessel, you also have a way to breach the Bimini belt. So, you can take the arc to Bimini and use the cannon to explode a path straight through the belt. And there you have both of the story vessels for the game. Either of these will allow you to breach the Bimini belt and enter the island of Bimini itself. If you have any questions about this content, or you have some comments about it, or you have requests for a future video, please leave all that down below in the comment section. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button. Make sure that the YouTube algorithm picks us up and gets it out to other folks. Special thanks to all of you that have decided to become members of the channel. As a member, you will get the same additional content no matter how much you donate. You decide how much you want to pay. All right, everyone, you now have the way through the belt. It's time to get your ships built and then find the Fountain of Youth.